Hello.
Welcome, Dan.
Welcome again.
Yes. Thank you for having me back.
What changed since our last discussion?
Yeah, not much. Um, Lots of AI, good AI stuff for sure.
Let's see it in action then.
Perfect. Okay. Well, let's talk for a minute about consensus. Just kind of lay groundwork of what we do, and then I'll jump in and show a little bit and show some of the cool AI stuff that we're working on as well. And we'll get through it on time. So, what we believe at Consensus is that actually buying enterprise software is kind of terrible. We actually kind of force our prospects to go through our process. We make them wait and talk to a BDR, then an AE, then schedule time with an SE before we can even see a demo. Like, is this even what I want? Is this even what I'm looking for? Do they do what I think they do? Can I just see something? Can I know a little bit more? Right? We know that 80, from Gartner, that 87% of the sales process is not done talking to your AE. It's done behind the scenes. So are we really giving them what they need in the best way possible, during that 87% of the time? We think that buying is changing and has changed. We think that people want on demand. They want to be able to do more research ahead of time. And so we've kind of coined the term buyer enablement, which is how do we just like we believe that our job should be to really enable our buyers, to give them the right pieces of content at the right time in the right process. And so we have our product experience platform, which is what Consensus does, which consists of three different parts. And I'll jump in and show, and we'll go through some results. But that is what we call choose your own adventure automated video demos, interactive product tours, and live product simulations. So whatever experience your prospect needs to go through at that part of the sales funnel, Consensus can help enable that and give you all of the AI analytics on the back end to enable that. So whether it's you want to have a demo on your website, you want to do more product-led growth, we want to better qualify prospects before first calls, right? How can we do that? We know that there's 10 plus people on an enterprise sales deal that have to get involved. How can we get them involved quicker, faster, get them engaged better to have faster sales cycles and better close rates? We have 50% of the top 30 software companies use Consensus right now. So
Nice.
yeah, we're doing well.
Do you have any examples of it running that you're allowed to share, or
Yeah, yeah.
any slides or
Yeah, let's share screen. I thought I'd give just a little bit there, and then let's go ahead and jump in. So
okay,
I
cool.
will I'm going to show you one. So let's say that you're a prospect. This could be maybe on the website, or it could be before the first call with the AE, which is a really big one. We really try to get our prospects to go through this before that first call with the AE. If we can get them to see the product, understand our value prop, and do some of that before that first call, they actually come to that first call, and it feels more like a second or third call. They're like, okay, thank you. I got to see some of it. You do what I thought you did. Now we're ready to talk. Now I want to have discovery, right? And so if you were a prospect, let's say, Justin, that I sent you this and you clicked on the link in the email, it would come here and say, hey, welcome to your product tour. Two options. Do you want to watch a video demo of an expert walking through this and be able to really customize the experience of what you see and what you get to learn about? Or do you want to actually go just click around in the tool for a minute and play around in a guided experience or even a live experience? So let's say that they're like, oh, you know what? I don't want to click around with that. I want to see some of the value prop. Let me see some of that, right? So then what we would do is they would click that link, and I have it pulled up here, have their name, and then it says, okay, well, what's your role? Who are you? And we have these questions that we can ask to make sure we're getting them the right information at the right time. So I'm a sales leader. Little intro video. And then it says, okay, well, what's important to you? What do you care about? What parts of the platform do you want to see? Do you want to learn about a different part of the platform? Do you want to see a case study walkthrough? Do you want to see an ROI, right? What is it that you want to learn about? And we'll customize that demo experience for you. So yeah, I want to see the analytics. I don't care about that, not important, right? So they can really customize that experience for the things that they care about and they want to learn about. And so these things they marked very important. Those are going to pull up and play those videos first, right? They're going to learn about those things they want. And the difference is you could just send them a 30-minute demo, but 2 minutes in, they're like, gosh, I don't even know if what I want is in here, right? I'm exiting out. And that's why you get those quick bounce rates. So
Oh,
now I'll
that's
start.
cool. It's like an interactive choose your own adventure talk track. So it's like if you have 15
Mhm.
slides, I'm like, hey, I care about analytics and what is it, shortening my sales cycle, and it'll serve that piece of the demo first. That's pretty cool.
Right. So I can click start my demo and you can see it built it over here. Analytics, there's a video and an interactive tour where you can go play around with the analytics, not just
Nice.
Justin walk through it or, whoever that pre-sales person is that recorded it. So I'll click start my demo.
Enabling the champions to
Right.
sell for you using intelligent.
And so you probably can't hear the audio,
The
but
dark
it's a
green dots
walkthrough
represent very
Okay.
important.
of Mark walking through that demo. And there's collateral down here that go with it. There's places that we can send them to. Oh, you want to go see our reviews on G2? You want to see some of the other, right? You can go to those pieces. But then if they choose, you know what, that's great. Thanks. I got to see that. I got to hear the value prop. I learned some of the ROI. I saw a walkthrough, but I want to play around with it. Well, then you can either do the interactive guided product tour where you're kind of guiding them through, or live simulation, which feels exactly like your real tool. And they can actually go click around and play with it. So here's an example of the guided tour. So this is our analytics. So, when reviewing, the first thing you want to do is select the date range. Great. Let me go click there and select my date range. Right. And so I can change these things. I can manipulate it in a guided manner. Use the drop down to find the demo that you're looking for. Great. I'm looking for this, whatever one it is. And so it's the actual tool, but it's a guided version of that piece that they wanted to see and wanted to learn about. And then the third piece, that live, is it's okay. You want a sandbox. You get, hey, do you have a sandbox? Hey, can I try it? People that want to play around with it. You can actually send them to an environment that is stable, ready to go, live, that they can actually play around with as well.
So this is interesting because this brings in some other point solutions that we see in the market that are maybe PLG oriented, but then this is sort of a feature into a larger solution that you built, if I'm understanding.
Yeah. I mean, the goal is we want to get the prospects the experience they want in the right place when they need it. And so whether that's the video, the Choose Your Own Adventure video, whether that's the guided tour, whether that's playing around with it on your own time, you can have that experience for when, where you need that. And you can share the link. If you have other people that need to see it, send it to them, include them, bring them into the process earlier, faster. And what it does is you still have live calls, right? But those live calls, if they've gone through this process, think about how that live call changes, right? They're jumping on and it's not about, hey, what do you do? Show me what you do. They've seen it. They're like, okay, this is great. Can I customize this? How's pricing work? Right? It takes it to that next level. And that's why we shorten sales cycles so dramatically.
Very cool. Can you show this live at any customer? What would be a good one?
I don't know if I have a customer I would show right now specifically.
Okay.
But I mean, you can go to, well, yeah.
What verticals does this work well in? Is it everything you can imagine?
So our clients are SaaS.
Okay.
SaaS technology companies for the most part, right? Where they have a solution that they need to be able to demo or want to be able to demo. So I would say 90% of our customers are B2B SaaS companies
Got it.
to be able to demo their software.
Nice. Julia, what's going on in your world?
Thanks so much, Dan. As we are transitioning to the next demo, let's try to hit a couple of questions from the audience.
Perfect.
So here's an odd one. How do you handle super technical demos?
So super technical demos, you're still going to do live, right? I mean, we're not replacing live demos. What we're doing is getting them the look and feel, the harbor tour demo that, what do you guys do? Show me the basics. Like, let's get them some of that data so that when they come to that live call, they can say, okay, that was great. Here's what I want to customize. Let's get more technical. Let's dive in deeper now because I understand the basics. So instead of taking that first call to show them the basics to see if it's even qualified, right? We see up to 50% of first demos that are really not qualified. We shouldn't even be doing those. And yeah, we have an AE, an SE. We've had spin up time on that demo, right? Let's get them that information ahead of time so that then we know that's worth it to do that super technical demo. And it's a lot more qualified when we do.
Next one, can you troubleshoot where in the workflow prospects get stuck to optimize it?
And we don't have anywhere where people get stuck in this. It's just making sure that you choose the right experience at the right part of the process. I think is more importantly, because we do have the 3 different ways to do it with consensus. So it's choosing the right experience for the right part in the process.
Are there any instances where you put an interactive video in the workflow?
Like which part of the workflow, I guess. Because yes, I mean, we're used throughout. So we have companies like Atlassian, Salesforce that use us on their website. And it's one of their top producing assets on their website because they get this customized experience. We make sure that BDRs send it out before that first call at the AE so that those first calls are way more experienced or, become more like a second call and that they're actually qualified. We use it after the first call to have that prospect share it with those other stakeholders so that we make sure they get the right message at the right time and bring those people in quicker and faster. CS uses it for trainings and answering technical questions that come up instead of having to jump on calls all the time, right? So all throughout the process, you will be able to use consensus.
Thanks, Dan. And just as the last one, a lot of people thought that consensus is just basically the way to go with PLG, and I was surprised to find out that you can basically use it in other use cases. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
good to know.
Yeah.